Hi everybody and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 with the Youth Academy only save, and we are Guiseley and today is Youth Intake Day. And normally I'm really excited by this, but our preview for this intake was like crap, so we'll have to wait and see. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the save, and not much has happened since the last episode where we won the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, which was a great 2-1 win over Newcastle. We followed that up with a 2-0 win over Dynamo Zagreb, and we'll go and watch those goals pretty quickly. Goals for Alpha Koff and John Carpenter, looking very good indeed. So Mossametti picked the ball up in the middle over the top to Jake Mills. He slid a side tackle and Alpha Koff was there to sort of poach a finish. It was lovely, a great run from attacking midfield. Crimson Mori put in a free kick and John Carpenter from range with a looping header over the goalkeeper and a good 2-0 win. But you can see from the XG we absolutely dominated the game and the match momentum as well. So a great 2-0 win away from home, 25 shots to 2, 8 on target to 1. We absolutely dominated them and managed to play a few of our sort of less regular players as well. Kazushi came in, Joel Paz, Damon Goldson, who wasn't even registered for Europe in the league phase, but he got a registration and a game in the knockout, so good for him, to be honest. Yeah, so we managed to rotate a few things as well and go right. But then we followed it up with a 1-0 loss to Bolton, which was very, very irritating. A very even game. We were obviously yellow, so we were on top. They scored out of the blue. And then, again, we got back into it. Dominated the game in terms of momentum, but just couldn't put it away. 13 shots to 8, 4 on target to 5. They had a slightly better XG, but just one of those results that just... they happen in Football Manager. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. The second leg against Dynamo Zagreb is coming up soon, but I'm not sure if it will be in this episode because it is Youth Intake Day. So we'll go and see how we get on with our intake. But in terms of the Premier League, we've dropped down to 5th. It's not too bad. We've still got a game in hand over Chelsea. If we win that, we go back into the Champions League spots in 4th, which again is just absolutely incredible. According to our XG, we should be in 12th. So expected points, we should be in 12th, but outperforming our XG massively and our XPTs, X points. But yeah, so I'm more than happy with how it's going. A few stats that we can look at as well. We have the biggest sellout of attendances, as you can see. Number 1, we are 100% of our capacity, 14 sellouts from 14 home matches. Lovely stuff. We are getting all the crowds in, which is very nice to see. Other than that, we don't top very much, but we have had we had something else in here. I was looking through to see how we compared. Possession 1, we're down in 17th. Was it interceptions? 20th. We're bottom for interceptions. We're not intercepting the ball very well. I can't remember which one it was. High intensity sprints, we were top, 4,616 in 30 matches, so we've got a lot of good work rate in the team as well. We don't dribble very much. We don't successfully dribble very much. We have more fouls against us, 556 than anyone else as well, which is good, I guess. We're getting fouled a lot. So, yeah, not bad. A conversion rate. So this is interesting. Shots on target, 11th. Shots on target ratio, 12th. But our conversion rate is the second best in the league with 13% from our shots going in. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Passes completed, we're basically mid-table. Goals from indirect free kicks, we're near the bottom. Goals from direct free kicks, we're at the top with 2 in 30 matches, joint with, well, a host of teams, to be honest. Penalties, we are not down there very high. We're 16th, so we're not getting the rub of the green. Cross completion, 26%, we're 5th in that. Crosses completed, we're down in 11th. Goals per game, we're in 6th, so not too bad for that one. Expected goals underperformance, we're 15th. Expected goals overperformance, we're 6th. Man City leading the way there with the overperforming their XG by 8 goals this season, which is absolutely ridiculous. They've scored 66 in the season, 5 more than Liverpool and West Ham. We're in 7th for 49, which isn't too bad, to be honest. So that was a quick flick at stats. Mid-table for possession in games. We're just at the bottom half or just above relegation for headers 1. Headers 1 ratio, we're mid-table. Yellow cards, we're just down the bottom. Red cards, we're down the bottom with none. No red cards this year in the Premier League. So that's, I've jinxed that, haven't I? That's gonna change. And points per game, we are sitting 4th with 1.8 because we've got a game in hand over Chelsea, who are currently in 5th. So a few little stats there to go through. Let's dive into the main event and go and look at these new gens. Right, and here we are. Our annual youth candidate intake has arrived for assessment. Sonny Mashen stands out as one of the better players from this year's youth intake. They've been given trial contracts, blah, blah, blah. It's an average intake. This is our first in a long, long time where it's not been a really good. No elite talents at all, so nobody that is going to become like the best player at the club from their potential. But yeah, 3 top talents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think that was. Good talents and 4 decent talents. So hopefully they have attributes in the right places, because that's what we need. Yes, our new head of youth development is Jabi. A fairly determined personality, which I like. He's got a good reputation though, so he should be bringing through some higher potential and reputation players. Pretty good judging potential ability and player potential, and good at working with youngsters as well. So hopefully we'll do a good job. We needed to upgrade our backroom staff because of reputation, and he was the head of youth development, one of the main ones I wanted to do, and he's fairly determined, which is still a decent personality to have. So we'll leave Sonny Machen, the goalkeeper, till last. Let's start at the bottom like we always do. First off, a quick flick through nationalities. 4 Englishmen, a Chilean, Englishman, Welsh, English, Welsh, English, Ecuadorian, English. So we've got an Ecuadorian and a Chilean. That's pretty cool. Hopefully they've got good attributes. Right, Jeffrey Applewhite. 1 star current ability, 2 star potential, lots of pace at his age, 13, 12, 12. That's pretty good for a winger. Flair, determination, leadership, technique. Okay, so technically he needs a little bit better. His technique's already up there, but he does need a little bit better in terms of the other technical stuff. Mentals will grow naturally. I mean, 2 star potential is still like decent for the senior team. So it's not like these players are a complete write-off. And we'll look at it after this, but we really do need reinforcements in our under-18s because they're getting quite old. I say quite old. They're getting old for that level of football. So, okay, we'll keep an eye on Jeffrey Applewhite. Lee White is a right-back, 1/2 star current ability, 2 star potential. Very determined, very brave. Fitness is good, balance, positioning, but no pace, which is pretty crucial as a right-back in the Premier League. Crossing's okay at 8, passing 8, tackling 11. Yeah, maybe. Outspoken, professional personality, which is good. So he'll probably get a contract because of his personality, which is good. That's the point. What was Jeffrey's? He's a fairly ambitious personality. So, again, that's not one of the better ones. But professional is very good. Dempsey Marcella, midfield centre or centre-back, 1/2 star current ability, 2 star potential. Natural fitness, jumping reach, aggression, bravery, teamwork and work rate, marking 10, tackling 8, technique 10, not bad. Probably is more of a centre-back at 6'3" with that jumping reach and, you know, marking and tackling sort of being at a decent level. Unambitious personality. Yeah, interesting. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones at the moment, so someone being called Marcella is quite interesting. Obviously, it's the daughter of Cersei Lannister. But yeah, so... yeah, not bad. Dives into tackling 8. Not sure. Comes deep to get the ball. Well, you're not being going much deeper than centre back. So Dempsey Marcella, not yet. I mean, it's not. I was never expecting these to be amazing. Lee White is probably the standout purely for personality at the moment. But Ryan Hicks is 1 star current ability, 1.5 potentials. Left back, light-hearted, 6 foot. His height's pretty good. Jumping reach 13, leadership 13, first touch 12, technique 12. Avoid using weaker foot. He's a left-footed left back. Pretty much that's all we can say. He won't be getting a contract. Sorry, Ryan Hicks. Okay, into the good talent. So this is like your 3 star potential players basically, which is again good level for the senior team. It's like a good standard. So these aren't a write-off just yet. And hopefully, Jose Silva is a good little player because he's Chilean. Jose Silva, midfield right. He's driven, which isn't too bad. 6'4", that's already a good start. Jumping reach 13, natural fitness 12, aggression 15, determination 18, crossing 14, that's pretty good. Technique 11, marking 11, teamwork 11, knocks the ball past the opponent, but his pace is only 9. Okay, he's very determined, which is good at 18, and he's driven, so he's 6'4", so he'll probably get a contract, and he's Chilean, and we need players in our youth team. So, yeah, Silva will probably get a contract. Jose Silva. I don't mind it. A Chilean Englishman. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. I'm happy. Yeah, happy with that. Yeah. Anthony Morrison. like the shop. Midfield left or attacking midfield left, half a star current ability, 2.5 star, 3-star-ish potential. Lots of pace with 12, agility 11, balance 11, free kick 12, teamwork 16, balance personality, so we can maybe mould him into whatever we need him to be. 6 foot, crossing 11, technique 11, aggression 11, flair 10, work rate 11, agility 11, balance 11. Yeah, there's some decent starting attributes there. English Ghanaian. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad from Anthony Morrison. I don't mind it. Attack midfield left, attack midfield right, striker Luke Price from Wales. 1-star current ability, 3-star potential. Luke Price is again balanced. Young striker, so they're suggesting strike would be his favourite position. Pace 13, fitness 17, balance 10, acceleration 11, aggression 15, flair 14, determination 11, finishing 11, and technique 13. Again, it's a decent foundation for someone that doesn't have the best potential according to our coaches and head of youth development and stuff. But if you can basically, if you increased his acceleration, gave him a bit more pace, get the off the ball up, get composure and get finishing up, you've got a decent little attacking, like advanced forward poacher maybe in there. So we'll see how Luke Price grows. Balanced personality, so again maybe an ability to mould him. Then we have Maxim Palamurchuk, which has definitely got to be like Russian or Polish or something. Joint nationality, half a star current, 2.5 star potential, left back or left wing back. He's just English. I shouldn't judge. Maxim Palamurchuk. Maxim Palamurchuk is what we're going to go with. Low determination personality, not a fan of that. Brave, leadership, balance, a few 10s in there for pace, fitness, jumping reach, teamwork, aggression. But yeah, needs a lot of work technically. I think out of all of the ones we've seen, he's probably the weakest so far from the good talent. He's born in Velika Dimerka, wherever that is. Doesn't sound like it's in England, so I'm pretty sure I'm right with a dual nationality issue there, but who knows. Steve Griffiths, half a star current ability, 2.5 star potential, all the way through the middle. Holding midfield, midfield centre, attacking midfield. Again, looks like at first glance some decent attributes in there. Balanced personality. We've got passing 12, technique 15, teamwork 12, flair 13, aggression 13, balance 12, fitness 14. They're not bad. First touch passing technique makes a good playmaker generally, and a bit of flair and aggression to go and win the ball back. He's one to keep an eye on. Only 2.5 star potential, but he's definitely one to keep an eye on. Like a bit of good game time, good ratings in the youth system, he may improve. He may actually become a bit of a player. A bit of stamina, strength and pace would be helpful. Decisions needs to go up. I think that's what I'd work on. Decisions, concentration and composure would all be good to be a bit better. But yeah, I don't mind it. I wouldn't say he's anywhere defensive. I'd say probably more advanced, or at least a midfield centre on attack. But yeah, interesting for Steve Griffiths. Next up, Mark Gosling. No, Gosling. I've added an R in there. Attack midfield left, attack midfield right, striker. Mark Gosling. We've already had one of those, haven't we? Yeah, Luke Price was a Welshman that did that as well. 1.5 star, 3-star potential. Mark Gosling is unambitious, but dribbling 12, finishing 12, heading 15, flair 12, technique 13, acceleration 12. You see, you've got to get the understanding right. These starting attributes a couple of seasons ago probably would have been 5-star potential players. So our best players at the clubs are getting so good that it means our potential of new intakes are reducing, even though they have this good starting base. So I'm really not writing many of these players off. I think there's a few of these will become squad players, fringe players, probably into the first team, a few of them. Only 15 as well. So yeah, we can get him in a mentor group, get that unambitious nature out of him, maybe make him a bit more determined and professional. But yeah, not bad. Passing 11, off the ball 10. Get that composure up because he's got the finishing already. Agility, balance, and get the pace up a bit. Again, could be a half-decent striker in there for Mark Gosling from Wales. Not too bad. Nicholas Poku, midfield centre, midfield right, attacking midfield, and can play attacking midfield right if needed. 1.5 star current, 2.5 star potential. Nicholas Poku is very aggressive. He's fairly loyal. He's 6'2", aggression 19, teamwork 17, work rate 15, stamina 13, jumping reach 12, decisions 11, determination 11, flair 11. I love the mental side of it, basically. I think it's a really good start. and he's tall at 6'2", good jumping reach, good stamina. Really needs to work on the technicals. If we see those technicals improve, then he could be. We could have a decent squad player in our hands in Nicholas Poku. Not too bad at all. Right, the Ecuadorian left back, centre back, central midfielder Javier Obregon, which is a great name. 1-star current ability, 2.5-star potential. Javier Obregon is determined, outspoken, 5'11". He's aggressive. He's got aggression 12, anticipation 12, bravery 18, determination 18, positioning 13, work rate 13, balance 14, fitness 12. Quite a few like 8 to 10s in there as well. Strength, stamina, pace, jumping reach, agility, acceleration. Actually, all his physicals are 8 or above, which is really good. Decisions is 8, teamwork 9, marking 8, technique 9, free kick taking 8. So always good to have free kick takers in the squad. But yeah, and lovely hair. There's going to be some fans of that hair in the chat as Javier Obregon looks. Again, I think there's a decent starting foundation of a player that will get a youth contract, and we just see how he progresses. Ecuadorian, Spanish, and English. So plenty of choices if he wants to make a senior, so pick a senior team. And then finally in the good talents we have right back, centre back, left back Dylan Thomas from Wales, 0.5-star current, 3-star potential. Technique 12, teamwork 13, leadership 15, bravery 15, balance 12, natural fitness 13. I mean, leadership 15 at the age of 15 is like a natural leader. That's really good, to be honest. Balance personality, 6 foot, could be okay. Needs a bit of work on some certain situations. Decisions, concentration, determination, pace, I'd say needs to be a bit better as well. Crossing, if you're going to play as a full-back, needs to be better. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Dylan Thomas as well. And then the 3 remaining players, which are the top talent. So starting with Leo Pilkington, attacking midfield centre striker, 1-star current ability, 3.5 potential. Leo Pilkington. Okay, he's fickle personality. We'll try and get that mentored out of him. 15 years old, 5'7". Fitness 12, decisions 12, determination 12, flair 13, leadership 15, heading 15, technique 16, passing 11, long shots 11, first touch 11, finishing 11, anticipation 10, and he likes to round the keeper, which is an interesting trait. Yeah, again, it's a good starting base. It's a good starting base for young players. I'm probably being a little bit too positive because I need some of these players to come through and make up the numbers. But yeah, it's not a bad start. Dem Komalafi. Yeah, Dem Komalafi. Midfield centre or attacking midfielder. 1-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. Dem Komalafi, a balanced personality, 5'9", 15 years old. Born in England and Nigeria nationality, born in Nigeria. Fitness 14, balance 14, composure 12, decisions 14, flair 13, teamwork 12, technique 11, free kick taking 11, first touch 10, finishing 10. So, yeah, doesn't dive into tackles, avoids using weaker foot. I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind it. It's a good starting base. It needs some more physical attributes to grow. It needs the technical attributes to grow. But generally, it's not too bad. Dem Komalafe will definitely get Komalafe. That sounded better. Dem Komalafe. I think it will definitely get a contract of some sort. They'll probably all just get youth contracts to start because there's no elite talents. But anyway, Sonny Matchin, a goalkeeper. We always seem to be producing good goalkeepers at Guiseley. 1-star current ability, 4-star potential. Sonny Matchin, fairly professional, 6'2". Jumping reach 14, balance 13, fitness 12, determination 13, reflexes 15, tendency to punch 12, kicking 12, handling 13, aerial reach 16. Really needs to work on his command of area and his communication. His positioning needs to go up. His agility sort of needs to go up as well. I think that's a very important stat this year for goalkeepers. Concentration really needs to go up, as does anticipation. But for 16 years old, he is looking like a pretty good goalkeeper, to be honest. Hopefully he'll grow, and a fairly professional personality as well. So if that can jump up to fully professional, that would be very, very good indeed. Sonny Matchin is easily the best of the ones coming through. They're right on the little blurb. I do like the look of all the top talents. I think there's some good talents in here that are definitely going to get contracts and join up with the youth team. The decent talents, probably only Lee White, given that his professional personality, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. So the reason I'm keen to get some more young players in If we look at our under-18s, it's quite thin on the ground anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 players in it, 2 of which are currently out on loan. But of these 17 players, Lukumi is sort of in and around the under-21s and the first team as well, with a few appearances here and there. Yeah, I mean, that's the crucial bit, right? Look at the age. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players that are going to be too old for the under-18s next year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players that are going to go into their last year of the under-18s, and then a few 16-year-olds in there. The under-21s, you'll see there's a few names that were repeated from the under-18s, I think, as well. So, yeah, it's interesting. And even in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 players in there, of which Fintan Strait, Matthew Bissett, who has now signed the new contract, Lukumi, Harv, Jeff Hogg are all training with the first team and up in the first team as well. And then again, 1, 2, 3 players are going to be too old next year for the under-21s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players are going into their last year of under-21 football. So we do need to keep that conveyor belt of young talent coming through, because our youth team squads are getting a bit thin. In fact, they're so thin on the ground, I've been rejecting all loan bids because I want them to play for our clubs and see how they improve. So we'll have to see how that works. But yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting where we stand at the moment in youth teams and trying to keep the conveyor belt of talent coming through, which is always difficult when you first start the game and when you get into the later stages of the youth academy. I'm finding that it's very hard to bring youth players through, because you've got to balance playing them when they're good enough and keeping the experience and the better older players at the club, and trying to balance it between not pissing off the youngsters so much that they just want to leave at the end of their contracts, like Yago Thau did, and then not pissing off the older players so that they piss off the rest of the squad by getting pissed off and you have to sell them or release them or something like that. So it's a fine balance. But we'll leave that episode there. We will be back for the final games of the season, unless there's something big that happens before that. Who knows? We may make the Europa League final. I highly doubt it, but we might do. If not, we'll be back for the final game of the season against Southampton and a little end-of-season review. So thank you so much for watching. Leave your likes, comments, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.